Hello, I'm Glumbosh, and today I show you how to hide information in a maze for a RPG adventure or just a puzzle for a treasure hunt, scavenger hunt, and a thing like this. So, first of all, what will we make? For example, a maze like this. If you look closely, you will see that all the entries are dead ends, but these dead ends here spell out the numbers 4, 5, and 6 here if you would paint them full. And you can make this design also in a wave form or circular using Inkscape, which is the program I'm using right now. It can be freely downloaded at inkscape.org. I'm using version 0.92.4 at the moment. Okay, so how do we do this? First of all, we need to create blocks so we can enter them in our maze. I already did this. The easiest way, in my opinion, is to just press the hashtag key and make sure that snapping is enabled. Then press shift to remove the border. You can also, under object, stroke and path, fill and stroke, I'm sorry, under stroke paint, make sure that there's an X instead of something selected, then it's gone too. Let's move this out of the way for now. So what we're gonna do is we then, with blocks, spell out our letters. For example, the letter D. You can press space while holding an element to use it similar to a stamp and then stamp it, or you can just Control C, Control V, copy and paste it in however you like. And if you don't feel like doing it yourself, you're very welcome to download the template file from the description, and if you feel like supporting me in my work and creations, you can even pay something for it if you want. It's pay what you want, and 0 is really perfectly fine. Okay, so assuming you made your letters, next step is you need to make your maze. So I just use the Bezier curves tool to make lines. Again, make sure that you have snapping enabled. It really makes your life easier. And then you just draw your maze. You make all the tiny things and so on and so on. As you can see, I already did this as well here. I decided that my maze should be a ring in the end, and I wanted it to be as least work as possible, and so I went for a height of 6 pixels. So the font is a little hard to read sometimes, but it's a puzzle, so I guess it's okay. So now let's assume we want to recreate the 4, 5, 6 puzzle. I'll press the hashtag again because we don't need this at the moment. So let's take our maze template here and just place it somewhere. It will snap in automatically because there are so many corners to snap into. And then we take our Bezier line tool and click at every corner to create the outline that we need. And now I'm not closing it, I'm pressing escape or the right hand mouse key to go out, and again I press shift to color the outline, and you can see that we now have this outline here. So, and there's too many lines, clearly. So we click all those lines here. I go to the selection tool and remove the things I don't need. Like this thing needs to go. This thing is also in the way. So removing it. If you hold Control while moving a knot, you can move in a perfect straight line. Okay, so we need a gap here because we wanted to make dead ends to signify that this is the important part. double click on a line to create an extra knot. Now I select those two things to select the segment, and now I can up here delete the segment in between. And now I just drag and boom, done. Now we have the 4 hidden here in our maze. Very neat. And I'm gonna do that with the other ones quickly as well. Making the outline, and this time I want the entry point to be here. So I start there too. Boom. Shift to color it. Let's remove all the things we don't need. So if you make your own blocks and ladders, you will notice that they're not as nicely aligned usually. They will move one by one. How did I prevent this? Very easy. I grouped them. You can select a few things and group and ungroup like this, or you can press Ctrl G to group and Ctrl U to ungroup. This makes your life easier, certainly. And now we need to remove the parts that are superfluous. How many knots will there be? Quite a lot, apparently. Okay, this can go completely. Okay, now we need a gap here. I double click, delete the segment, move over. Okay, next one, oopala, again. You can press Shift to, nope, it's the wrong one. I think then it's Control, nope. There you go, okay. The 6 goes here now, I decided. And this will, the opening will be up here. Okay. Let's go. Nope. And there we go. And also we need the circle inside the 6. Okay, great. I don't need to recolor that. Okay, remove the 6. We don't need that no more. And I can also ungroup this whole thing. Okay. This is in the way. No. Control Z to undo. So I'll just move this down. This is in the way. This can go. This is in the way. And can be removed. Okay. This also doesn't look neat. Let's get rid of it. There we go. Okay. The opening, double click, and there we go. Okay. Alright. Okay, now we select all of it. Shift, make it black. Okay, now we have our hidden number. If that's what you wanted to achieve, you're already golden. If you, however, want to make a circle like this or a wavy maze for some reason, you need to have a path, because how I do this is with a function called pattern along path. So this is now, as you can see, several objects, and I will go to path, combine to make it one path. Now down here you can see it's now a path. And because a circle needs a longer path to make sense. I'll just take those two here. And this one here with our hidden message. Snap it to the right, snap it to the left. Here we go. Select all this. Path union. Objects is not a path. Cannot perform Boolean. Why? Because there's groups. So we need to make okay, now it's just objects. Make mistakes as well. Okay. Path. Combine. Okay, now we have one path. So we copy this path. Then I make a circle. Press Ctrl to make it a perfect square. Then we go path. And then there is path effects. Let's move this over. Or, yeah, plus pattern along path is what we want. And we paste it in. And there we have it. Make sure that it's single stretched, otherwise it might look weird. Or it might not look like anything at all. Single stretched. Single stretched. Okay. Yeah. Let's remove the weird fill. And there we have it. A hidden message inside a maze. I hope this is useful to you and your scavenger hunt, your puzzle evening, or whatever activity you might have planned. You can also hide it inside a frame around some handout, a letter, or whatever suits your needs. See you next time. Bye bye.